Almost left them. I left. I left the mic. Oh no, 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 no! I muted the mic before I hit straight hit go live. I thought I could say something stupid and embarrassing. And you guys didn't hear me say, God, I'm fine. Oh, we're gonna start over. We're gonna start over. It's fine, it's fine. Welcome all my lovely goblins and ghouls out the internet. I am Hanyo, your demon cinephile. So, for a quick recap, because of some strange technical difficulties, for tonight, we are going to be reading a little bit more Higurashi, the Curse of Killing Art. We're probably going to only spend about an hour and a bit into the game, because I have some things I have to do later, and I have some exciting news I might want to share with you. Might share, might not share, it depends. If you've been good little goblins and ghouls, good demonic beasts for me. Then after that, we are going to react to some trailers we might record for YouTube later. We have Toya Machika, Madoka Machika, the new movie trailer, the new Goosebumps trailer, Eli Roth's Thanksgiving, maybe a couple Saw-related vids, and a short horror movie that just popped up on my timeline for some strange odd reason. Might watch that too. Might not, who knows. Okay. Now, to the game. Now, last time we left off, Keiji successfully ended the life of him. And he had a very pleasant, not chilling, not threatening at all whatsoever conversation with Tanako-san. And he probably had a good night's sleep. Probably not. I mean, committing a murder will take a lot out of a person. So let's see what our boy's been up to. Did we do the tips last time? Yes, we reviewed those. Let me turn my audio down on my side. You guys hear that when I'm clicking down the audio? sorry. Ooh, that's pretty good. At first, I thought it was a dream. It was staring at... I was staring at this strange sheet, not really understanding what it was. That was all. I didn't go after it, nor did I ridicule it. The fact was that the boring view was the ceiling of my own room. But I didn't realize that for a fairly long time. Yes, I thought I'd been dreaming, but I had actually been staring at the ceiling the whole time. Like Dorothy, induced by the voice of the cicadas. Even after I realized I was awake, I couldn't draw forth the energy to sit up. Everything I could see, everything I could hear, everything was like a television broadcast that had already ended. It was hot. So hot I couldn't choke on the heat. My back was moist with night sweats, and it felt gross. Unable to endure it any longer, I tossed in my futon, and finally, blood started coursing through my brain. I lazily recalled the long day I had yesterday. The reality as I lay there listening to the voices of of the cicadas, and yesterday, so different from it. In order to kill Satoko's uncle, I had rehearsed, formulated a plan, and dug a hole. It was very hot, and I was tired, wasn't I? And when evening came, I went to school and called him out on the phone. I panicked for a moment when he asked where the police station was, but it worked out. And then I awaited him and swooped down. I couldn't remember anymore what sort of emotions I let control my body. In any case, it didn't go smoothly, but I did it. It was very hard to dig a hole for the body. That feel of the rain pelting down on me, I don't think I'll ever forget it. The rain, the mud, and the sprays of blood. The sensation of floundering in a swamp. When I met Tanako-san on the way home, that wasn't good, no matter how I interpreted it. It was the most misfortunate and uncalculated thing that had happened that night. Everything would have been perfect if only I hadn't encountered her. I was just riding my bike, with my shovel in one hand, through the downpour utterly soaked. There's no way someone could surmise I was a murderer bearing a body just from that information. Now that I was thinking calmly, napping under the morning sun, that's what I thought. Still, the more I think about Tanako-san's eyes, it seemed like she understood. Tanako-san, she knew that I killed someone, buried them, and that I'd been on my way home, exhausted. Tanako-san wouldn't gain anything from selling me out to the police. But that didn't mean I could feel at ease. I crossed the bridge to get to my tranquil life back. And I finally achieved it as a result. But now, for the rest of my life, for all the tranquil days starting today, I have to live in fear of when they could suddenly end. I may have twisted my ankle, dulled from total exhaustion. The fact that I couldn't make the snap judgment I needed to, I regretted it more and more as time went on. You didn't have a choice, Keiichi Marabara. You didn't have a choice at the time. You were tired. You were in a mess. Even if you had made the decision, you might not have been able to kill her. She might have just beaten you instead. In that sense, parting ways eventfully could have been the safer option. No matter how sharp Tanako-san's intuition was, she had no proof. Her suspecting me didn't amount to evidence by itself. Logically, I know that. It doesn't make me feel better. Just worry about it when the time comes. Now isn't the time to be worrying. It's the time to be smiling, right? You accomplished so much just to gain a new life starting today, didn't you? Then you should be happy by this new morning. If remembering the past is too hard for you, then just consider everything up to yesterday as having never happened. You said so yourself. You bury it all like it never happened. Well, your wish came true. Everything before yesterday had never happened. So be happy, Keiichi Marabara.
Aye.
Yeah. I stuck up my hands lazily. It felt a little silly for me to be the one doing it. I sighed I heaved a heavy sigh deep in my belly. That sigh got my lungs moving. It felt like I hadn't been breathing until just now. It was enough to admonish myself over. All the dice that could be thrown already had been, and the numbers that turned up weren't bad at all. If I lost with those numbers, then I just had to give up, I guess. I grabbed the chest of my pajamas and flapped it back and forth. Okay, hear himself out. Cool air flowed over my sweating body. Okay. Nothing before yesterday happened. Nothing. Nothing at all. I forget it all. Yesterday was all a dream. What time was it? About midday. Getting myself up and going to school this late seemed kind of absurd. But I needed to go. Felt like going to school would be the first step into my peaceful new life. I didn't care how late it was. I would go. I'd go to school right now and get back to the life I had retaken as soon as I could. My lazy body immediately became lighter at the thought. I rolled up out of my futon, bounced onto my knees, then leaped upright.
10.0.
Nice! Stuck the landing. I stuck out my chest with pride at my gymnast-like pose, and took a deep breath of fresh air. The brisk morning air had been gone for a while, replaced by the crisp air of summer. Downstairs, I got a stern talking to by my mother. Where were you last night? When did you get back? You need to tell me when you're going to be home for dinner. Things like that. But considering the importance of what I accomplished yesterday, a little scolding was no problem. In fact, it even felt like the sort of thing that would happen in such a peaceful life. I listened with an irresponsible smile and stepped out onto the sun high overhead. It was around the time lunch break would be ending. Everyone would probably be worrying about me. I didn't go to the festival and now I wasn't at school. Well, maybe they weren't too worried about it, since they would have gotten a small piece of news, but a happy one, from Satoko today. Yes, the small piece of news that her uncle hadn't come home last night. Satoko would probably live her days in nervous tension for a while, thinking he might still come home. But eventually, those days would end. And finally, Satoko too would realize her uncle was never coming back. And then, Rika-chan would quietly invite her. She would say, "You can live with me again, Nipa." And everything would be back to normal. Our lives would go back to how they were before that man appeared. Satoko would start wearing the extraordinary smile, complete with those pondering canines, protruding canines, and fool everyone with those traps she was so proud of. It'd probably be her first target. I'd probably be her first target out of everyone, but I wouldn't get mad. In fact, I might actually shed tears of joy at the return to something so normal. Sadako, she gradually grew back into that meddlesome personality of hers. I mean, my lack of useful life skills was already completely exposed. I wonder if I'd ever be a match for Satoko. But that would be such a pleasant thing to see too. With such warm, fuzzy predictions, I didn't feel bad for going to school so late. In fact, I want to run there and go now and to get there as soon as I could. Instead, I decided to savor the peacefulness of just going to school like normal, without running. The world I obtained for myself, that gave me joy just by walking like this. Yes. The world beginning on this very day was something I had won. Without that momentary feat yesterday, I would never have been able to come to school so cheerfully today. The school gate came into sight. Just then, I heard the principal ring the bell to mark the end of lunch break. It was clear. A refreshing sound. I stopped despite myself, and let myself take it in. Tap. I had stopped suddenly, so there was an extra footstep. The noise, the bloodliness I was feeling throughout my whole body withdrew into any pore I could find. And as is to replace it, like I felt, hundreds of hairy caterpillars were climbing up my feet. I turned back, but of course, nobody was there. Let's get up for a second. Zipper cord. Off. Don't. Oh, what? What was all that? What was all that jumping? Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that. A single footstep could have easily been my imagination. Oh, why? Why can I just turn my phone off one day? So many people want to text me, and if I don't take my phone on to me respond to them, they get all pissy with me. Sorry, my problems. My first world issues you don't care about. Single footstep could been a single footstep could have easily been my imagination. But the footstep felt so ominous. Just a footstep I had heard after seeing Tanako-san off last night. Everything that happened that insane night, I didn't mind something like that happening once. It had been a hell of a night after all. That having just one hallucination was pretty fortunate. But those footsteps should have ended with yesterday. So I've heard them again today. There was really only one thing it could have meant. Last night still wasn't over. It was still going. Still. That insane night. Forever. The step I heard. Just that one extra footstep. Was quietly ridiculing the nonsensical notion that the world starting today was completely different from the one that ended yesterday. My classmates playing in the schoolyard all vanished inside like the tide going out. When I approached the school, it felt like that warm, funny, fussy scene had ended, and it didn't feel good. At the entrance, took a quick look in everyone's shoeboxes. Satoko Hojo. She was here. Mion was here too. And Rena, of course. Even Rika-chan was here. Tomoka-kun and Okamaru-kun were here. In fact, I didn't see any missing classmates. If there were shoes missing, they would have been my own. Took off my shoes and stuck them in, then took out some slippers. There wasn't a single pair left in the shoe boxes anymore. With that, they returned to their rightful state. As I stepped up onto the wooden floor, I noticed there was just one pair of slippers left. Huh? Whose?
Hojo Satoshi.
Satoshi, who had never been to school since disappearing last year. Until now, he had committed the exact same act of violence. But I guess, in the very end, it went differently. You couldn't make it to school, but here I am. I didn't repeat the same mistake you made. I wasn't about to let myself feel superior about that. In fact, I felt an odd sense of familiarity with him. A misfortune bound with someone I never met, due to following the same fate. I headed down through the hallway toward the usual classroom. That's what I get for trying to do something stupid. Alright, you want to touch that for the rest of the stream? Now my body's all funky. I'm gonna fix that. Click of that. And the click of this. Boop, boop, boop. Bop, bop. Boop. And visible. Okay. I head down the hallway, towards the usual classroom. I felt like it had been a whole year since coming here. Hey, did you forget Heishi Marabara? Satoshi Hojo didn't really disappear on the night of Watanagashi. Did he? Did he? Satoshi Hojo disappeared a few days later. On Satoko's birthday, if I was right. I didn't know what day it was, but I didn't say for sure. I avoided Satoshi's failure, unless I remained here past that day. I was still living in that night of insanity. The teacher still hadn't come to the classroom. The other door clattered open. The one the teacher wouldn't use, so everyone turned at once to see who had arrived. Everyone looked pretty vacant. Suppose I'll greet them.
Ohayo, Shokun. 出迎えご苦労であるぞよ。
Silence. What's this mood? When I started to think I'd fallen flat, someone finally started laughing for me. Nothing good. If anything bad about it happened.
おはようけいちゃん
Oh, hiya.
今朝も飛ばしてるね
Thank you, Mion.
飛ばしてるね
Just woke up.
圭一くん、まだお祭り気分が抜けてないのかもしれない。はう。
Hearing Mion's and Rena's cheerful voices made me realize how dumb those dark feelings I'd been having at the entrance really were.
おいおい、お祭り気分ってそもそも俺
At the festival at all. Remember? Or I could say that Rika-chan smiled at me.
圭一はちゃんと僕の演舞見ててくれましたですか？
Yeah,
ちゃんと見てたよ。
he saw just fine.
あんなにいっぱい拍手してくれてたのに、リカちゃん気づかなかったのかな？
ケイちゃんにシオンのやつがちょっかい出してきたのを無視してね。シオン、ざまあなかった。
Gion, don't touch my man, you bitch.
いい気分。
Mion starts laughing at the memory as she slaps me a few times on the back.
それであの射的屋の対決って結局どうなったんですか？
Takamaro-kun was facing me and talking. Tomata-kun. There was nobody behind me. That meant he was talking to me.
あれは結局富田家がビリだったのですよ。みんなで楽しく罰ゲームをしましたです。
Hey, you joining the punishment game?
リカちゃんも実質ビリみたいなもんだったじゃない。
She's the shrine maiden. She can't be in last place.
あそこで起死回生の大技でガムをゲットとは、さすがは我が部の部員。見事だったよ。
Crying at a time like that is a feat only Furude would be allowed to do. Okamaru-kun breathing heavily from his nose. In my direction. Everyone laughed if anyone but Rika-chan had done it. We had been against the rules. Rika-chan gave one of her nipa smiles as she listened to it. In my direction. Rena too. Turned to me. No. Turned towards me. And then, with a somewhat embarrassed smile, she whispered to me, so only I could hear.
でも本当にありがとね、圭一くん。
もう何がだよ。
For what?
あのでっかいぬいぐるみ、
That's from episode 1. How does she remember from episode 1?
すっごく嬉しかった。大事に枕元に置いてるんだよ。ちゃんと寝る前にお休みのキスしちゃった。
The class laughed at that, cheering and jeering. This whole time, the conversation had been a little bit off. I wasn't quite getting it.
ぬいぐるみがどうしたって？
どうしたって、ほら、昨日のお祭りでみんなで頑張って落としたよ。
Yeah, don't you get it? Come on, Keiichi, don't you get it?
でっかいぬいぐるみ。でっかいぬいぐるみ。
Rena seemed taken aback, but when she answered, she did it with a smile.
なかなか倒せないから額を狙ったり素早く何発も撃ったりしていろいろと試したんだよね。それで圭一くん、鉄砲を何丁もあらかじめ用意して素早く撃ってみせてくれたんだよね。かっこよかった。は
Wait, who was this?
あの後の飲み会でさ、町内会の会長連中にもケイちゃんの評判すごく良かったんだよ。ケイちゃんの売り工場に惚れだって騒いでたのは子供会の君吉徳蔵会長だったかな。次の祭りでは ぜひケイちゃんに何店舗か任せたいって言ってた。
徳蔵はお祭りの実行委員会の模擬店部長さんなのです。
Oh no. Marabarson's great at making things sound good, isn't he? Yep, whether he talks about something, it seems a lot better than it actually is. You can say that.
ケイチ君って売り子さんの才能があるんだね。きっとバナナの叩き売りとかやったら上手だと思うよ。
Overripe bananas. Yeah, yeah.
さっきから何の話だよ。
Yeah, guys, we're talking about. I wasn't at the festival.
だいたい俺
I mean, just say you are. Just say you are. Say you were. I didn't go to the festival in the first place. I swallowed those words. I didn't know exactly why. But in Hinamizawa, this is what had happened. Yesterday, during the Watanagashi festival, Keiji Marabara had appeared. He had romped about with all the usual members of his club. He made a big scene at a few of the stalls, snatched a few sticks of takoyaki and onomiyaki in his glee, rating each of them as delicious or terrible to get everyone excited. And they seen a gigantic stuffed animal at the target practice game, and everyone went after it. And then I got a whole bunch of the cork guns, firing them in a rapid succession, throwing each one away after using it. And admirably, I shot down the biggest stuffed animal there. And then I gave the stuffed animal, the proof of my victory, to Rina as a gift. Then our fun came to a close when we had to go see Rika-chan's offertory dance. There was a ton of people squeezed in there. We all got separated, but we each managed to get into a good position to cheer Rika-chan on from. Then, in the middle, when Shion came up and asked me to go hang out with her instead of watching the dedicated dance, I refused. I stayed put, watching the dance until the very end. But who? Who was that? Well, everyone's been saying it. Haven't they? Keiichi Marabara. I had an urge to yell in anger at my classmates for having so much fun talking about the festival yesterday with Keiichi Marabara. What the hell are you guys talking about? Far stronger than the feeling though. For the sheer uncanny nature of this reality I couldn't understand. A Keiichi Marabara, who wasn't me, was in Hinamizawa yesterday. As I threw away my humanity, turned into a demon, who was busy beating Satoko's uncle to death. I was having a great time at the festival last night. What the hell? I had to suffer through so much, desperately holding back tears, getting so worn out that in that downpour, digging holes, chasing, beating, killing, dragging, and burying. Who was this Keiichi Marabara, who had ignored me and spent such a fun, carefree time at the festival. Damn it! Who the hell stood in for me? As I put my life on the line, working so hard to achieve this treasure like everyday life. If there was another Keiichi Marabara besides me, then what was I? On the night of Watanagashi, where one died and one disappeared in accordance with Oyashiro-sama's curse, there was only a demon who had killed someone. Hello, Cogs! How you doing tonight? How you been? Sorry for the no stream for a minute. I was feeling a bit under the weather. First I thought it was strep, and then it turned to allergies, and I thought it was something else. I'm not exactly sure what I had. But it's mostly gone. Except for this constant cough that comes here and there. Understandable. No such thing as understandable. We grind. Yeah, how you doing? Do you watch any of the Hollow Myth anniversary streams? I watched a little bit of everybody's, but last night when I actually felt good enough to try to edit some videos, Allie's stream came on, and I, as a deadbeat, I had to join and forgo the work. Yeah, they were fun. I think Ina did a little concert. Callie's concert was awesome. Not sure what. I didn't catch Kiara's. I know they're doing something right now, and Ame has something later tonight by herself. Yeah, those are gonna be fun. I was making the calendar for October, and when I realized all the things I want to do for October, all the things I'm stacking on to the schedule, I was like, I'm going to die. Especially I was going to say it to after stream, but I'll just tell you right now. I have an interview tomorrow, so I might get this job I've been praying for a minute. So that's going to be really awesome, because it's going to be stay at home, so I just get to be on the computer and work on my stuff during breaks, but it's going to be a lot of work. A lot of work for this half demon, but I'm here for it. I hope I do. I know. I hope I do too. Been waiting for it. I've been waiting for it. My downstairs neighbor, she's been trying to help me get into it, but her boss finally started looking at the resumes. So I'm excited. Dumbfounded as I succumb to a horrifying possibility. I looked around at my classmates to make sure there was nobody extra I didn't recognize among them. To make sure I wasn't among them. It was a horrifying thought that the real Keiichi Marabara hadn't overslept and had come to school on time. And that who was no longer Keiichi Marabara, had just walks in here. But no matter how much I checked, the only people here were ones I knew. The man I met every time I looked into a bathroom mirror was not here. Hey, Chi! How you doing?
午後の授業を始めますよ。皆さん、席に戻ってください。委員長、号令。
The teacher entered and everyone hurried back to their seats. Upon finding me, who was so stupidly late, she gave me a stern talking to. But I wasn't listening to it. Wasn't our old life supposed to start today? Something wasn't right. It was just strange. I was supposed to go back to my old fun life after yesterday. I had set foot in an uncomfortably mysterious world that was completely different from both my old life and my recent one. Yes, this was without a doubt a different world than the one I'd been living in until now. There was no way such an absurd thing could be possible. But unless it was true, I couldn't explain anything that just happened. In this classroom, I was surrounded by so many faces I knew, and yet I felt isolated. Cicadas sounded no different than they had been before now, but they seemed somehow false. The air was parts dry, and the air was parched and dry, too. Made me think, was the air in Hinamizawa always this uncomfortable?
Oi, Lena.
Oh. Yeah?
何かな？
Don't talk during class.
授業中なんだよ。
Being rude.
昨日の祭りだけどさ、俺、いつ頃みんなと合流したっけ？
To be honest, I was pretty excited afterwards. I gobbled down some cans of beer. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing, but I don't quite remember some things. For random babbling, it wasn't a bad excuse.
圭一君、最初は来れないって言ってたんだよね。みーちゃんの家にそう電話したんでしょ？
That matched. I called Mion and told her to take Sadako in my place, since I wouldn't be able to meet up with them due to things I had to do.
さとこちゃんを誘ってあげようっていうのは、みんなでお祭りの準備をしてた時に決めたんだよ。少しでもおじさんの姿の見えないところに連れ出してあげようと思って。
That was the same too. Mion said that when I called her, that everyone had already decided to invite her.
それでみんなでレナとみーちゃんとリカちゃんでさとこちゃんの家に行ってさとこちゃんを連れ出して、さとこちゃんのおじさんすっごく意地悪そうな人だった。
That's a bit of understatement. That part didn't matter. What I was trying to ask was...
俺は、いつ合流したんだ？
そんなことも忘れちゃってるの？圭一君、だから祭りの前の日はよく寝た方がいいよって言ったのに。
Girl, let's drop the subtext.
俺はいつ合流したんだよ。
At my sudden threatening demand, Rena was at a loss for words. Oops, I shouldn't have rushed that. Told her I was sorry.
境内でだよ。ひょっこりとリカちゃんと話してたじゃない。
Strong alibi they're giving, right? Just just let me on it.
うん。巫女さん姿のリカちゃんと楽しそうに話してた。それでレナも加わって「お持ち帰り」って。
リカちゃんと話してたのか？
Yes, you are.
ケイちゃん、用事か何かがあったんじゃないって私が聞いたらさ、ケイちゃん胸を叩きながら自分で言ったじゃないのよ。
What did you say?
用事なんかより祭りで大暴れする方が大切だぜって。
I didn't say that. I never said anything like that. Never even went to the shrine ground yesterday to begin with. I never had the time to stop by a place like that. I went to dig the hole as soon as I woke up. I went to dig up the hole as soon as I... Yeah, yes, right, that's right. The original hole, not the one he had to double make when the rain happened. I had a pretty hard time doing it. After that, I stuck into the school and made a call. Called him out and laid in wait. And then it started raining really hard. With that kind of downpour, the festival should have come to a halt. You seen these Hinamizawa people? They take their religion very seriously. They would not stop for the rain. In other words, it ended then. From the time the festival started to when it ended, it would have been impossible for me to have swung by the shrine grounds. I was already there when Mion and the others dragged Satoko out and brought her to the shrine, and I was talking to Rika-chan. Then, where would Rika-chan say we met? The teacher went out to wash her hands, so I ran over to Rika-chan's desk and asked her directly.
Keiichiとですか?
Yes, when did we meet?
あ、リカちゃんはミオンたちが来る前から俺と話してたんだろ?
Yes.
いつ俺に会ったんだ? いつどこでだよ?
ケイイチが何を聞きたいのかわからないのです。
No.
俺昨日寝不足で半分頭がぼーっとなっててさ、何も覚えてないんだよ。
It looked like Rika-chan brought me to my babbling.
ケイイチと会ったのは集会所から村長さんたちと出てきた時なのです。
Okay, okay.
ケイイチは西宮殿の扉の前にいましたのですよ。
Why? Yes, why? Why was near there?
何? 西宮殿?
Yes, don't go by the side Yugen. Never heard a building called that before. Or maybe I have, but at the very least I wouldn't know where on the shrine grounds it was.
村長さんがそこは神聖な場所だからみだりに近寄ってはならにゅうと怒りましたですよ。
I will pretend to remember.
ケイイチ、それも忘れてしまいましたですか?
I was too scared to ask anymore. The more I asked, the more it became clear without any doubt. Keiichi Marabara was present at the Furude Shrine grounds during the Watanagashi festival. The clearer that became, the more doubts, no fears I had. Who on earth was I yesterday? Whoever that was, he had a good time in my place and managed to go to the entire day without letting them notice I was there. I wasn't there. Alright. When did that person leave everyone? This morning, my mother got mad at me for having stayed out so late last night, which meant at the very least that Keiichi Marabara hadn't come home while my mother was still awake. The festival would have been closed because of the downpour. If I recall right, when I went back to the house storage room to get another shovel, I think the clock said 7. Since it was already raining hard by then, the festival would have to close down before 7. If I returned that early, I would have definitely run into my parents. Or, at the very least, they wouldn't have asked me when I got back last night. So, the Keiichi Marabara from yesterday, that meant he never went home. That meant the downpour happened The festival was broken up. Everyone left. But he didn't go back to the house. That means when I arrived at the natural conclusion, a wicked chill suddenly froze my spine and climbed up my brain. That meant Keiichi Marabara was the same as Satoshi. One day, he never went home. On the night of Watanagashi, he never went home. The downpour interrupted the festival, and on the way, he suddenly disappeared. And I, who was dealing with the corpse, went home without a problem. I was so tired, I was even hungry, so I went out to my room without a sound and crawled into my futon. Who was I? That much was obvious. Keiichi Marabara. Keiichi Marabara was me. There may have been another one, but that doesn't negate the fact that I was Keiichi Marabara. Then that other Keiichi Marabara was what? The voices of cicadas steadily filling the classroom were beginning to bother me. Suddenly, I laid eyes on Satoko. Satoko's expression was dark as always. She seemed completely exhausted, as a life of agony she couldn't even imagine an ending to. What had last night been like for Satoko? Did she have fun with everyone and feel a little happier, if even for a moment? And when she went home, the end of her dream, she'd probably gone to sleep after when her uncle would return. And then, this morning, her uncle hadn't come home. And then she went to school. Right now, she must have been still trapped by the rotten idea from which she couldn't be saved. That her uncle would need her when she got back. But you can rest easy, Satoko. Your uncle won't ever come back. I couldn't tell her that. Because I killed him. And Satoko realized her on her own that her uncle would never return. And that would truly be the end of the long, insane night. That's right. I didn't do anything wrong. I did the best possible thing I could say I could have. Satoko's Nini. Not an atom in my body regretted it. And look. Calm down and think, Keiichi Marabara. From a certain point of view, isn't it convenient there was another Keiichi Marabara? I buried the corpse perfectly. A beginning wouldn't happen. But if worst came to worst, and it got out and the investigation got to me, now I have a strong alibi, able to profess the fact that I have been at the Watanagashi festival. But accepting something so creepy and using it as an alibi. Still, if it proved I hadn't gone to the festival yesterday, it would do no good and a whole lot of harm. That was what left the really actual bad aftertaste. You'll forget it, Keiichi Marabara. Everything that happened before today, so just forget about the Keiichi Marabara, who was there yesterday too. Instead, let's watch gently over Satoko for the day her smile returns. And that day, that would mark the end of the insane all too long night.
それでは今日はこれで終わりです。
That's all for today, class.
皆さん、寄り道をしないでちゃんとお家へ帰るんですよ。
Hi, Sensei.
院長、号令。
起立、気をつけ、礼。
Goodbye. Oyashimi-asai. Oyashimi-asai. I think I haven't practiced Japanese in a while. I thought about many things. I saw my thoughts disperse by many other things. Didn't know whether or not that time had been spent worrying or daydreaming, but either way, it came to an end along with class. Cheerfully, our classmates got their things and ran for the hallway. Mion, Rena, and Rika-chan were packing up as well. What about Satoko? This whole day, she seemed deflated. Well, her uncle may not have returned last night, but she wouldn't have known he never returned. How much I wanted to express that fact to her. Satoko packed up her pencil box and math workbook messily, and after a dark glance at the clock, heaved a sigh, then went to leave the classroom. Then, suddenly, somebody placed a hand on her shoulder and stopped her.
何ですの？私、ちゃんと水やり当番もやりましたし、プリントだってちゃんと。
Her words possessed a persecution complex. Hurt. I spoke loudly so everyone could hear.
なあみんな、あのさ、今日は
Wait.
その久しぶりにやらないか。
Hey, let's go back to the log. Then she went to leave the classroom. Then suddenly somebody placed a hand on her shoulder and stopped her. I spoke. Alright, so Keiichi's disassociating. I'm not sure if I'm using that word right, but he's definitely viewing the himself as himself and as another person.
部活。
Sakura had always had to tend to her uncle, so club had been on hiatus. In our minds, our club was proof of a calm, peaceful life. By enjoying being together, I wanted to make Sakura realize her days of darkness were over.
レナは、いいよ。
そりゃまあ私は構わないけど聡子がいいならね。
Under a condition? That was important. With everything up to her, Sadako gave a worried look.
なあサトコ、久々にどうだよ。パーッとさ。
Let's go crazy.
その、お気持ちは嬉しいでございますけど。
My uncle might already be home. Thus spoke her darkened eyes, her mouth unmoving.
サトコもさ、連日息が詰まるような生活をずーっと続けててさ、もう窒息寸前だろ。そんなのは心にも体にも悪いだけだぜ。やっぱりたまにはパーッと弾けなきゃな。
放っておいてくださいまし。
No.
私だってそりゃ部活がまたやれたらと思っていますわよ。
With one word. But she looked down.
みんなで遊んだ方が楽しいのはサトコだってよく知ってるだろ。俺たちは仲間だぜ。みんなで一緒に過ごすようにできてるんだよ。サトコだって昨日みんなでお祭りで騒いで楽しかったろ。
Rena nearly said something, but she was too late.
ケイチさん、何を言ってますの？
My arm on her shoulder seemed to weigh her down, and she threw it off.
私がお祭りで楽しく、いつ遊んだって言うんですの？ 楽しく遊んだのは圭一さんだけじゃありませんの。
Wait, what? I forgot about this line. Wait, what? I looked over to Mion for help, but now everyone was looking down. My instincts told me that Sadako hadn't gone to the festival. But Rena said it herself, that she went with Mion to Sadako's house to invite her.
さとこちゃん、途中で帰っちゃったの。神社には行かなかった。
どうして？
I realized the absurdity of what I just said with Sadako in front of me.
おじが家で待ってるのに一人だけ遊んでると悪いって言って神社の直前で。
私たちも引き止めたんだよ。今日はおじさん公認だからちゃんと遊んでも怒られないんだよって。
At some point, tears had begun welling up in Satoko's eyes. Satoko was so afraid of her uncle that she couldn't even allow herself time with her friends and went home. No, she was even afraid of letting herself have a good time with her friends?
圭一さんはいいですわね。
You must have it nice.
みんなで楽しくお祭り一夜を過ごせて。
No, wait, what?
聞けば大層盛り上がって大活躍だったそうじゃないですの。お羨ましいことですわ。
Smiling to herself, her tears began to fall. Oh!
私には養わなければならない王子がいますの。
And they actually got her crying. Oh, no, don't look at that.
圭一さんみたいにご両親にのんびり養ってもらってる人とはわけが違いますですのよ。
さとこ。
Hey guys, you could have told him. You
楽しくお祭りが過ごせてよかったですわね。私の分まで楽しく過ごせて本当におよろしかったですこと。私だって部活がしたいですわ。みんなで楽しく大騒ぎして楽しくて。でも今の私そんなの
unable to stand such violent emotion, a few teardrops slid down her cheek. But even though she was having such a terrible time, no, not once did she ever say that it was hard for her. It was a sad, obstinate bravery. But the days when Sadako had to feel like that were over. Sadako didn't need to endure it, to bear it anymore. She could forget all about it and smile. I was so frustrated not being able to tell her that directly. Instead, I said something that I'm not sure I should have said, before I thought twice about it.
帰ってこないんだろ、あいつは。
The words were deeply meaningful to me, but I didn't know if Satoko understood them.
帰ってこないって誰がですの？
ゆうべは帰らなかったんだろ、お前のおじは。
何を言ってますの、圭一さんは。
Oh no. Satoko shouted with all her might.
あいつがいついなくなったって言うんですの？
When was he not been there?
いつ？
落ち着けよ。
Don't tell the woman to calm down.
だって昨日あいつは帰ってこなかったろ。
圭一さんが何を言ってるのか全然わかりませんでしたよ。
It's not time to just tell someone to calm down.
さとここそ何を言ってんだよ。だってあの男は。
That man. I killed him. Killed him yesterday. Killed him for sure. And I buried him. Buried him whole. He could never have returned to his house.
昨日だって私にいっぱい意地悪して怒鳴ってわめいて当たり散らして 噌汁もひっくり返された。
Wait.
暑かった。
He dumped his bowl of soup on her while it was hot? What the?
汚かった。そしてお掃除も私がした。私がああ
What? Our stories weren't matching up.
あいつ
But... Knight?
今朝だって朝ごはんの時起こせって言われたから起こしたのに怒られた。起こさなかったらまた怒るように起こしても怒られた。
聡子
Rika-chan went over to Sadako and said a few words of consolation. But Sadako angrily refused those words and thrust Rika-chan away.
いいに早く帰ってきてよ。
Crying, Sadako slowly walked out into the hallway. After a moment, Rika-chan went after her. I couldn't stop thinking about the words Sadako had spoken while crying. I buried her uncle last night. But she said this morning... No, that wasn't possible. I buried him last night, so she couldn't have seen her uncle this morning. That was... What was Satoko? At that point, I heard Mion's cold voice.
ねえケイちゃん、サトコのおじさんが帰ってこないって何？
You know already. Stop playing airs. There's nobody around. Said too much. I let my emotions get the better of me.
レナも聞いたよ。サトコちゃんのおじさんが帰ってこないって言った。
どうして？なんで帰ってこないの？
おかしいよね。
I know they're smiling.
だって今朝もちゃんとサトコちゃんのおじさんはいるんだよ。なのになんで帰ってこないなんて言うのかな。かな。
ケイちゃん、言ってることがさっきから変。
Suddenly, Mion and Rena started to speak in a strange and creepy voices. What were they doing? What were they saying?
ケイちゃん
Oh
は
no, the eyes are back.
サトコのおじさんがいると何か都合が悪いことでもあるわけ？
I think it's a bit inconvenient for everyone.
お前らこそ何を言ってるんだ。聡子のお家なんかいない方がいいに決まってるだろうが。
それはもちろんいない方がいいよね。よね。
Something wasn't right. The next thing I knew, Mion and Rena were smiling thinnily, and their eyes were dark and muddy, in a way that I never seen before. As our eyes met, the mud even seemed to fill the air.
サトコのおじは確かに嫌なやつだよね。
Yeah?
私もいなくなった方がいいやつだと思うよ。でもさ、いるわけだし、仕方ないじゃない。
Nothing we can do. Something's wrong. Something's clearly wrong here. What the hell was happening? After a moment, a chilly, liquid-like feeling, as though my blood had been mixed with sherbet, crawled up my spine.
仕方ないって、そりゃ仕方ないけど、でもそれじゃ聡子が。
仕方がなければどうするのかな。
Ah! Rena was trying to prompt me to say more. There really was no choice, so I killed him. I killed him to protect Satoko.
それは
放っておきなよ。そのうち解決しちゃうと思うしさ。
さとこちゃんがおじさんがいるって言ってるんだからいる。ちゃんと昨日もいたし、今朝も。そうならそうでいいんじゃないかな。
Mion and Arena were speaking unbelievably dismissively. How could they be talking like that? Mion and Arena, they were my friends. They were seriously worried about Satoko's abuse, weren't they? They would never blurt out something like this. And I definitely killed Satoko's uncle. No matter what Satoko or anyone else says, I wouldn't acknowledge it. Because him being alive was impossible. I mean, there was no way he was alive. It was impossible. And yet, since Satoko herself said he was here, then he was alive. I didn't know why or how, but suddenly Mion and Rina were at my sides, standing there, silently.
帰ろうよ、ケイちゃん。
帰ったらね、今日は久しぶりにレナ宝探しに行くつもりなんだ。みーちゃんも来るんだよ。
ケイちゃんも一緒に行こう。もちろん拒否権はないからね。
Just go. And words could freeze blood. And there was no doubt that they would have frozen me solid. I could hear it. A strange sound like a layer of thin ice spreading, emanating from every joint in my body. And with them closely at my sides, we left the school, as if they were police officers taking me away. I thought about silly things the entire way home, like they always did, but they always stood at my sides, as if to prevent me from escaping. This was strange. Everything about this day was strange. Actually, it had been strange ever since the previous night. Yes, thinking back, it had been strange ever since killing Satoko's uncle. That creepy meeting with Tanako-san was only the beginning. That insane night was still continuing. Yes, it still hadn't ended.
何？どうしたのケイちゃん。急に立ち止まったりして。
あ、ごめん。なんでもないよ。
When I stopped, it was distant, but I definitely heard them. An extra set of footsteps. That was proof. Proof that insane night hadn't ended. Mion left where she usually did. And finally we came to my house.
じゃあね、ケイチくん。お家で待っててね。レナ、すぐに迎えに行くから。
What was it? She was inviting me along on one of her oversized garbage treasure hunts at the dam site, right? But why now? Mion coming along was strange too. Mion may have accepted Rena's little hobby, but she hated fishing through garbage, so she never come with her before. And the location specifically being the dam site was a little creepy. The dam construction site was completely outside the flow of everyday life. It was so remote that no one ever went there unless they thought it to be that they thought to in particular. Nobody lived there. There was no lights, so at night it got dark very quickly. I was being forcefully invited there. There was no reason I had to fear Rena and Mion. Besides, wouldn't the trouble I make by refusing them be a pain to deal with? In that way, Didn't seem like going treasure hunting with them was a bad idea. Ah, no. But that same night was continuing. Hadn't the sirens of insects been wailing in my mind for a while now? Warning me that Rena and Neon were strange. That I needed to be cautious. The warning sirens were so freaking loud. It felt like my head was split in two.
あ、レナ。
Yeah, and I blew my nose. Sorry. Ah, Rena.
俺、実はちょっと用事があるんだ。
I actually have something to do today. Not that you scare me or anything.
用事
Uh-huh.
何の
Got to massage my dad's feet.
なんのって。用事だよ、用事。
用事ならなんでみーちゃんがいるうちに言ってくれなかったの？みーちゃんとはダム現場で待ち合わせって言って別れちゃった後なのに。
Rena was smiling, but her words made her discomfort clear.
ごめん。
This isn't a smiling face.
ちょっと言い出すタイミングを逃しちゃって。
本当に？
You're lying, aren't you? You just made it up now. You liar. That's what Rena's eyes said to me.
俺、頭が痛いんだ。風邪かもしれない。だから病院に行って薬をもらってきたいんだよ。
本当に？
Yes. Hmm? That wasn't really a lie. My head did hurt a little bit, so I wasn't lying. Rena, she couldn't figure out if my head hurt or not, just by looking at it.
なら仕方ないね。
After staring me in the eyes for a few moments, she fired a sharp needle-like stare at me. The tension in my body loosened. I felt like my knees might buckle.
診療所に行くなら早く行った方がいいと思うよ。あそこたまに早く閉まるから。
ありがとう。そうするよ。
必ず行くんだよ。
Okay.
病院。
Well, I felt it feels like a threat. I don't know why the word hospital just popped up.
行くよ。
本当に行くんだよ。
Go for real. Okay.
行く。
I will. It seemed like Rena had realized that I was going to refuse her invitation for a while now. With how serious she looks, she might actually call the clinic later to make sure I went. I couldn't say anything careless. Lying about getting checked out was just an excuse to decline her request in the first place. It didn't matter whether I actually went.
あ、ちゃんと行くよ。なんなら明日病院のレシートを持って行ってもいい。
それいいね。
That would do. I'll still call though.
必ずもらっておいてね。
I'll add it to my collection.
レナ、明日見るから。
I'll add to everyone else's. Another tingle started crawling up my back. There was no ignoring it. Rena and Neon must have been monitoring my movements. That wasn't normal. Far from it. All of it was insane. I did what I did because I want my peaceful life back. But What on earth was all this? It was far from peaceful. Something had gone mad, leaving the world out of order. With the other Keiichi Marabara, with those creepy footprints I'd been hearing. With Rena and Neon acting so curious. And above all, with him being alive. Where was I? Hinamizawa Village? Shishibon? I knew that much. Was this really the Hinamizawa I knew?
おい、前原圭一。
Where
どこなん
is
だ
this? I asked, whipping around before the front door, to face the one who had been following me in my wake all day. Nobody would have been there, of course. Keiichi Marabara. Huh? That's what I called him. Called the one who had been trailing behind me this whole time. That shadowy presence, always clinging to me, like it was constantly watching for the opportunity to change places. Footsteps following me was another impossibility. It couldn't have been a ghost, so it was just impossible. So the strangeness must have been my ears, my head, or Hinamizawa. Everything I could see was the same exact Hinamizawa I knew so well. And that gave me the creeps. Eventually, I decided to actually go to the clinic. I really didn't want to go outside. But a stronger feeling than that desire was the fear Rena might actually be keeping an eye on me to see if I went to the hospital. But before I went to the clinic, there was something I wanted to make sure of. It was at school. I pretended I'd forgotten something, and as I was going back to the classroom to pick it up, as soon as the thought crossed my mind, I was overwhelmed by paranoia. I was going to the classroom, but I hated it so much, having to be so careful to fake it. After carefully verifying once more that nobody was watching, I went over to the locker. Oh god, it's there. Is it there? Did someone move it? No. Yes. Satoshi's locker. I committed the crime with the bat I have found in this locker. Satoshi's bat. And then, as thrown the bat into the swamp. Which meant the bat shouldn't have been inside. But no buts. Okay, no, but, what if the bat was still in there? It was a very dreadful, incomprehensible idea. But if it was true, it would explain a lot. If the bat was in there, yesterday's events would have been a delusion. No, an illusion. I hadn't killed anyone and had gone to the festival. I had a great time, rampaging about with everyone. It would prove that Keiichi Marabara was really me. Proof that I was only under some strange assumption that I had killed Satoko's uncle. Oh no. Proof that it all been a wild fantasy. That would explain everything. Nothing happened yesterday. I had just gone mad, unable to separate my shocking uncle-killing dream from reality. That was explain everything. The bat was here. Would I be able to accept that reality? If it was here, nothing would have changed. If it was here, nothing, it would just mean I had gone crazy. Preparing myself, I opened the locker door. Oh no. What is it? What is it fine? I was actually scared of opening it slowly. So, I threw it open with a bang. What? No, no, no. And just like the first time, the choking scent of smell and sweat, like a stale towel, came flowing out. Alright, alright. There was a baseball uniform. And some miscellaneous other things, like notebooks. There was also a shoe pouch. And as for the bat, it wasn't there. It was how I left it when I took the bat out. There was no doubt yesterday really happened. Now that I knew I wasn't a lunatic, I felt relieved. But at the same time, if I wasn't the crazy one, and Himurazawa was, and that was evidence of a reality I found just as difficult to accept. There was noise somehow creeping into everything I saw, and the world was losing a tiny bit of color. So, what did I know about last night now? Now that I made sure that the bat wasn't there, I didn't need to be here anymore. Shall I go? For real? To the hospital? It was my first time going to the hospital, but from what I heard, it wasn't far from school. My mom had told me where it was. The big, easy-to-see road went straight there. I went past the shopping street, made a turn. It wasn't overly hard to spot the sign with Erie Clinic written on it. There was one other person, an older man, there in the air-conditioned waiting room. I went up to the counter and told them it was my first time here. The man behind the counter glanced at the clock and said there would be a short wait. It was almost 5. Clinic hours would be ending soon. And as I sat in this unfamiliar waiting room, isolated from everyone, and let myself feel the cool air, I actually felt relieved. What should I tell the doctor when he comes? I should tell him I had a cold, but I was the very picture of health. Actually, I wanted him to check my head. I wanted someone to confirm for me whether I was really sane or not. No, no. Okay, here we go. This scene's gonna be a bit of a turn, bit of emotional turn. What time is it? What time? Okay, that's it. Oh, I've been streaming for almost an hour and 40 minutes. It is 8:40 for me. I should probably go sleep soon, but I feel like it's time to break. Still got this to do. Then we got... How many videos were we gonna look at today? I forgot. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, probably just the 5. This one's gonna be too long to watch. So yeah, let's just damn it, I'm not sure what I want to do. Should we keep going or should we stop? Should we keep going? Should we stop? Stop, 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 stop. We do what I always like to do. Coin flip? What the? No, coin base? What the hell are you? Get off! Get off! No one wants you there. No one wants you there! Alright, it's for Higurashi Tales for videos. Oh, there goes my eyes. Oh, is it? Oh, Tails? Okay. Tails wins. Alright. So, boop. Save game. Save. Yes. Alright, let's close that up. Click game. Why should you do that? Why you do that? Why you do that? Why am I fucking doing that? Alright, let me see one thing. Give me a little break. Be right back. Right back. Hey, sorry, that took a little bit longer than expected. Double check. I got all the things up. I want. Up. Yep. Yep. Up. Okay. Let's do a little watch along. Going. There we go. Let me get the chat on the phone. Oh, Amelia streams on. I was about to be on. It's cute. Her thing's cute. I wish I had time to make nice thumbnails, but I don't. Where is... There you go. Oh, God. Each time I think my throat is getting better, this stuff starts coughing up, locking up. Put that back up there. Can I toggle not to show that? I cannot. Okay. Oh, I got that. That didn't help. No, go. You go. Right there. I guess I'm helping. Right there. Perfect. Alright, which one do you want to start with? Yeah, let's start with the Matuka Machika. Anyway, I hope this is going to be good. I got into the Madoka series pretty late, but probably not that late since it took so long for this movie to come out. And I exactly should know how the side story animes like connecting to it. Like I know they're like connected, like they have the same universe, but I know nothing about like the main girls from the first movies and show. But while Perkisnot Rising, so while Perkisnot was the main witch from the first story arc, the one that kept returning and destroying the world, that it made Madoka ascend to the status of a god. So there's gonna be like a prequel, which I'm not really sure what. I don't know. Let's see what it's gonna be. Like, I'm not sure why they're going to do a prequel, because I think most people want to see what happens to Madoka and Homura, but who knows? Let's go. Let's watch it. Oh. All right, Homura, you looking all smug. Give me go back. That feels like a tattoo. And oh, that is so cool. That's so smooth. Secret. Is that whole Higurashi girl I don't know? Girls from okay. Yeah, that was a lot really quickly. Magic Quartet. Is that Mommy? Is that from the girls from the other shows? Hey, the Hitomi, the one girl nobody cares about. Oh, there they all are. Ooh, Tower of Babel. Oh, Homura doesn't look too good at the ending right there. coming soon. So I'm guessing the movie's still a ways in production because they use a lot of scenes from the other arcs. Let's see. We're gonna stop some of these. Okay, it's a secret. So that was while Perkisnot's form, I think, in the show. It's so long since I watched it, so I'm not exactly sure about things. I need to go back and rewatch it. Okay, no, go back. Official name, Stage Witch. Real name, unknown. His nature is helplessness. The symbol of a fool that spins around and around. The legend of a mysterious witch that has been passed down from generation to generation throughout history. A magical girl's worst and most powerful enemy. Calamity. That's love. Ooh. Okay, so love and calamity being spun together. Nonsense, devil. A magical girl I don't know. In the past, this existence brought hope, and eventually scattered curses. The law of cycle saved us. I want to see you one more time. I'm guessing that's a reference to Homura when she split Madoka from godhood to just a normal girl. Oh, what was the last one? And then this world is for Madoka. Again, that's definitely not gonna be Madoka. But she has a similar weapon. That's gonna be kind of interesting. We got our main girl being submerged by something. Let's see how creepy smiles. This mostly kind of looks like a reshot from the first story, but a little bit more cleaner. So when the story is gonna kind of take place, they kind of start off like the original arc, but kind of stops. It deviates from here when they two re-meet. Also, why does Sayaka look like a mummy? Why does the girl look like a mummy? I mean, I love mummies. They were some of my favorite monsters, but why is she dressed like that? Let's see. So, are all those Homuras on the tower? Let me go back a little bit more. Okay, it looks like Homura. Okay, that looks like when the one magical girl that turned into that witch, the kind of Bebe, what's her name was? Also kind of looks like a witch or a witch familiar. How that? Yeah, more witches familiars. But we have another Homura right there. So Homura is making copies of herself. If she can do that. But here, she looks a little disheveled. Oh yeah, you can see more of her things. Teacup hats, witches hats. No, it seems to be any kind of consistencies. Oh! It looks like her tower is made out of books? Or like school notebooks or something? I wonder what that has to be about. Oh, you can see the little gecko tattoo on her hand that went her into a phone in the opening. Oh no, that's her power gem or whatever it's called. her soul gem.
さあ、それでは今宵の夢の幕開け。
Man, that was good. Might now I need to go watch the other series. Hopefully they connect to it. They don't, they don't. But if they're good, then I didn't waste my time. Oh, okay, we got the new Goosebumps trailer. Which is made by Disney, so it's either gonna be either decent or complete and utter shit. But no, it could be good. It could be good. Let's see. Let's give it a chance, guys. Let's give it a chance. It's just that. Again, let me actually want to record this one real quick, so just pretend we didn't click on it before. Just pretend. Okay. You guys hear that? I hate those cars. If you like those type of cars, it's cool for you. I can understand them. Alright, let's go take a look at the trailer for the new Goosebumps show. So I know nothing about this. It's made by Disney, so it's either gonna be really, really good or complete utter trash. No, I'm thinking about Disney from like 10 years ago. Either gonna be decent or complete utter garbage. But oh, Justin Long's in it? Okay. Huh. I finally got some got some hope for it. This might actually be good. Let's see, guys. What's wrong with his eyes? It's like a black-eyed kid. Those old creepypastas. All their eyes are kind of pupiled out. Friday the 13th, okay.
You're better off staying far away from this.
Okay, that was literally the definition of a teaser. Props for showing restraint and not spoiling the show. But I guess it's gonna be anthology, like the old Goosebumps show. That could be like a movie, how the movies did it, where they just kind of throw all the stories together. Yeah, let's see. We're gonna slow it down to catch up on some things. Don't blink. I'm guessing that can be slappy. I don't see anything. Nothing impressive. I guess he's from books that I haven't read. Not so waste of record space. No, not a lot for me to react to.
Off staying far away from this.
No. You don't tell me what to do, stupid show. Let's watch something a little bit more fun. Ooh, the Jigsaw timeline. Do not watch that. I kind of want to. Here, I forgot to do that. Let me... One second, guys. 1 second. No, I can just do it from my phone. And that's the good thing about having a thing on your phone. You can just stream info. Where is it? I'm supposed to just chat in. What should change the name to be? I'm just gonna be on here for like 30 minutes. Pretty sure you kept the name the same. Can you keep the name the same? What happened to the name? What's the name? Tell me the name! It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter in the long run. I'm debating the schemes of things. Doesn't really matter. There we go. See like that. Leave it like that. That's all. Ooh, oh. No.
Oh,
Yes,
that's
doctor?
so hard to do. Lost keys, weird kitchenware devices,
Yeah.
and of course, Jigsaw. In the spirit of Halloween, today we are reacting to and breaking down all of the medical scenes and injuries of the highly popular series Saw. Remember, it's just a movie, but fair warning, let's dive right in.
It's just a movie. It's just a movie.
Drop far enough to touch your body. Within 60 seconds, it will cut you in half. All you have to do is destroy the things that have killed your hands.
Wait a minute, what would you do?
What would you do?
Just slices through the top of the abdomen. You have to deal with slowly bleeding out, and you have to also worry about infection. But if you get deeper, if you rupture your abdominal aorta, you're gonna bleed out super fast.
You must insert your hands and push the buttons to start the devices for you. Your bones will be
Oh, if you get your hands cut off, you have arterial bleeding, but it's a smaller blood vessel, so it'll take a little bit longer period of time. And it's a lot easier for you to get bandages to them. Obviously, it's kind of hard with nubs, so to speak. Save yourself, man. Let's go. See, he's trying to get out of it. What do you think?
Come on, Dex.
Not gonna work.
Come on, Seth. Just break your hands. Just break your hands.
How long would it actually take for somebody to die of these injuries? It depends on how much blood is actually pouring out of your body. Some people have lost blood over a very slow period of time, and the body's been able to compensate.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Versus in an acute
Oh, God.
you just cool out blood.
I saw that Family
Thinking about this from a realistic standpoint. Go,
Never
man.
saw that Family Guy
Go,
clip
go, go,
before.
go. Oh, it's slow. A lot of the red stuff, the hands, they're getting crushed injuries.
That happens when you get
Crush
hurt.
injuries don't bleed that much. They ooze out because you're not actually slicing, you're actually just crushing the tissue. But until it gets even deeper, will you have that significant amount of bleed? Now this gentleman is quite skinny, so he doesn't have a lot of adipose tissue or fat underneath the skin. You have a higher chance of definitely hitting major blood vessels. In the abdominal wall, you're actually worried about some blood vessels that are kind of on the side of your six-pack, so to speak.
Here is your first test.
Oh,
With the price of
all
just
these
about
from
everything
Saw
inflating these days,
6.
you may wonder why Mint is deep.
It's probably the best sequel. One of the most entertaining ones. 3 and
Good mask. Typically,
4.
we use that type of
Not
mask on
that.
somebody
2 and
in
3 are the
hospital who
best
has
made
sleep
films. Best
apnea,
freaking
or
films.
say they have bad CHF, congestive heart failure, to where they have fluid in their lungs and they can't breathe.
He's got fluid.
Your health and hereditary background put you in the highest category of success. The same cannot be said for your adversary.
Oh.
Well, only 52 years of age. This man has continued to smoke even though he has a history of high blood pressure.
We actually do use it in people who have bad COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is a
Cool.
combination
I mean,
of
not cool.
chronic bronchitis.
The
and
information is kind of
emphysema.
cool.
It's due to people smoking. Sometimes it can be a hereditary deficiency as well.
This demonstrates very little appreciation for the blessings of his own life. Your game will focus on the simple element.
So it's interesting that he calls it a game. This almost
It is a
reminds
game.
me of Squid Game, that show on Netflix where they have to do different things between life and death.
Once this game begins, every time you take a breath, the clamps around your chest will close in and crush your body. The only escape
Isn't that fun? Isn't it interesting, guys?
is failure.
What? In a situation where you're freaking out and your adrenaline is up, you're gonna breathe faster because your cardiovascular system is working hard because you're anxious. To be able to try to slow down your breathing, you gotta get into a Zen place, and I don't know how you can get into a Zen place in this situation.
You're messing with my Zen thing, man.
Ooh, big breath. Oh, no. Oh. So very common when people get very nervous, scared, they'll urinate themselves. It has to do with the muscular control of the sphincters relating to the bladder itself. Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't make make it.
In this situation, the person died immediately. Could that really have happened? If you have such an injury to the heart itself where you rupture one of the ventricles, yes, you're going to die very, very quickly because you're going to pull blood out. You're going to be unconscious first. If it doesn't get fixed, you're going to die.
I want to play a game.
I want to play a game.
It's right before your eyes.
Oh no. He put the key behind his eye.
Yeah.
I want to know how he's got surgical skills to be able to do that. There's a lot of muscles in the way of that. How is it actually just resting?
That's the answer in part 7.
Room and extra pockets to put things. Oh, don't pull the device. Oh my gosh, he pulled it. Nothing works well out of aggression.
Until you learn to master your rage.
Your rage will become your master?
Do it.
Oh my gosh, he's got a scalpel. It looks like it's either a 15 or a 10 blade.
Ooh, there's a difference?
Oh, that's so hard to do. My one suggestion would not be to cut through your cornea, because the cornea is the highly sensitive area of the eye, which is basically the clear coating over top of your iris and your pupil. Super painful if you touch it. So I'd go to the white area where there's less nerves.
Oh, really?
You couldn't do it. Oh, man.
The Venus flytrap.
Could you do it? You can injure the eyeball itself, get all the fluid out, squish it, move it out of the way. The other thing you potentially do, cut here at the side. But the issue ends up being you have all the muscles and the optic nerve that are keeping the eye in place. So those have to be cut.
Oh God, this
moron.
moron.
Was she like given something? Maybe she's waking up. Oh, there's a syringe with yellow something in it. The only stuff that's yellow is TPN or a banana bag. TPN is what we give people who can't eat, different electrolytes and nutrients in there. Then there's a banana bag, which is very similar.
What is
it's
it?
like a multivitamin that makes it that color.
Oh.
Oh!
Yeah, this moron. She didn't even listen to the tape.
Oops, and now her hand is caught. No, don't put 2 hands in. If she had just one hand in there, she could at least lift the blades out of the way. But now both hands are going to be stuck.
Yeah, that's probably what the trap was supposed to do, but she was still, she didn't bother.
Oh my gosh. So a lot of times we'll have people who do have wounds like this or superficial wounds that we just have to sew up. Really easy to sew these lacerations back together unless they're deeper to where you have tendon injury or a major vessel. Sometimes you can actually injure a nerve.
Okay.
Whoa! What the is that?
Whoa.
It's the tool.
The tool.
The tool that's gonna save your life.
The tool that I use in the emergency department that saves the most amount of lives, the quickest, is probably the defibrillator. And then obviously the staff there is an instrument in itself. Without them, we wouldn't be able
Human
to save
tools.
Drug addict and a thief. You preyed on the kindness of others to fuel your addiction.
A lot of people suffer from substance-related issues. We have resources to help people, but you can't force anybody to help themselves. We'll help guide, but I can't actually set that up for you.
Just lean forward into the knives with your face. Press hard enough,
Oh gosh.
and you'll release the arm or leg restraints that bind you.
Your temporal artery sits right here in the temporal area.
Ooh,
Feel like
is the
that
artery
gets
there?
sliced right open. It's a small blood vessel. You can hold pressure to it once you're through this. Sometimes arteries have to be put back together by a very skilled and trained vascular surgeon or trauma surgeon can do it.
You can sit idly and bleed out on the floor. Live or die, Cecil.
You're gonna go in and out of consciousness. You're gonna become delirious from not being able to sleep. You can not eat for many days, but you need hydration. Your body's gonna start shutting down even if you don't bleed out. I know you guys have been asking me to do a reaction to Saw for a very long time, so I really hope that you guys enjoyed that. Are there any other Halloween horror type?
That was actually kind of fun. Seeing all his little breakdowns of everything. Do we do part 2? We do part 2 or no? Come on, give me an answer, chat. Yes, no, yes, no. Eat me, my mo. Catch a tiger by the toe. If a house by the coat. Eat me, my mo. All right, we go.
Thanks to the Google IT support certificate.
No, oh my god. No one cares. Oh no. He's not dead.
Weird headwear, lasers, and of course, more insane traps that will really grind your gears.
You know, that really grinds my gears.
Today we
I
are
don't
back
know,
at it,
just
reacting to
like
medical
people.
scenes and injuries from Saw. Let's dive right in.
When the timer expires, the door in front of you will be locked forever. Just one hint as to where that key is.
Oh, the pit of needles.
Oh, no, not good. You gotta use some sort of protection. Literally at work, whenever we're finished with the needle, it has to go into a sharps container so that way it's not just left in the trash by accident, left on the counter, and you don't know. Like, as a physician myself, any needle that I use, I literally make sure that I put that away.
It will be like finding a needle in a haystack. Let the game begin.
If the needle still has some blood in it, you can actually inoculate somebody else or inject it by accident, and there could be bloodborne pathogens that might be transmitted.
Is that from
like
Scrubs?
hepatitis
And Scrubs
B,
funny?
C,
I don't
and
know.
then,
I never
obviously
watched it.
HIV.
I was on when I was little, but I always thought it looked stupid, but I heard some good things about it.
Oh, ah, ouch. It made it sound like it was like glass, but all of those syringes are probably plastic, but the needles themselves are potentially all metal. Ow. She found the key? How the heck did that happen? Oh my gosh, you had enough time to put the key in and you screwed up. Oh my gosh. I know
She did
some
on
people
purpose.
are terrified of needles. I've seen many people pass out in the hospital from needle sticks, but I always tell them, don't worry, this is the best place to actually pass out if you're gonna pass out.
Safest place in the world to be.
Hello,
Yeah.
gentlemen. You came looking for the game. Congratulations. You found it.
Oh,
You're the
found the
final
game.
Jigsaw.
Never good.
My least
when
favorite of the
there's
Saw
a weird
movies.
contraption around your neck, especially with like this weird breathy voice coming over the loudspeaker. It is literally like the seat collar from hell.
Can't be. You may recognize the device around your collar, Dr. Nelson.
Dr. Nelson.
These laser cutters slice through tissue and bone.
Oh, laser cutters. We don't get to use those in the emergency department. You gotta be probably really careful with them. They might be attached to robotic arms or something that's super stable versus these free-form devices.
You both have an opportunity to live.
Okay.
All you need to do is confess. It's that easy.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I wonder if those lasers can actually cut through other material outside of flesh. Why wouldn't it be burning a hole through the ceiling as it just went up?
You know, it's a look all.
Okay, all right.
Oh.
All right, John Kramer, it was me. It was me. I messed up your x-rays.
Oh, he's a doctor that messed up the x-ray. Sometimes doctors actually do mess up. They're human beings, and they either dictate or
You're
write
not allowed
something
to
in
make
the wrong
mistakes.
chart or leave something out. They
How
might have missed
dare a
something. These
human
things
being
do
be
happen.
human?
Oh, I was expecting his face to be cut like a cake
Uh.
into pieces, right? How quickly could somebody succumb to these injuries? Just all depends on how quickly the blood is leaving the body.
The device you're wearing is hooked into your upper and lower jaws. When the timer in the back goes,
I believe they used a fake scene for him to react to. Because that's not the person who actually dies from the laser cutters. Spoilers, spoilers.
I've never seen any bear trap injuries in the emergency departments that I work, but I bet they do occur in areas where hunting would go on. I work more in an urban setting, so the likelihood is a lot lower.
there is only one key to open the device. It's in the stomach of your dead soul.
Oh, mate.
Oh!
Open it, Amanda.
Oh, no, don't freak out. Okay, you got the lock. Remember, if anything gets attached to your head, don't just like rip, turn around, you don't know if it starts things, okay? Oh, he's not dead. I wonder if he was given certain medications to keep him from being able to move, or was he paralyzed from the neck down because he was opening his eyes? Big, huge scalpel to the abdomen. I definitely wouldn't be chopping that way. If you're gonna cut the abdomen open, you want smooth stroke like what they do in surgery. And then just do
Okay.
it layer by layer.
It's good to
get
know.
in
I have
there,
a grudge.
move tissue around, spread it open so then you can get to wherever this might
What?
be. Oh Oh, she got lucky. Is it ripping your face off, but is your airway still intact? Rip all the way through to where it messes with the spinal cord in the back. Depends on where the fulcrums are and all that stuff. I hope I never find myself in a situation where I would even have to deal with that.
Are you sure? They're comfy.
Ever wonder how far the arm can twist?
Oh my gosh, for twisting? It looks like it's screwed into the
Yep.
hands and the feet. So you can actually
Kind of
go
weird
between
crucifixion.
the bones of your hands without fracturing. We see injuries where people accidentally get a nail and the bones are actually fine. It squirts right through.
Ooh. That Brendan Fraser?
To take a bullet for the man who killed your son.
Whoa. Oh! Rotating, that is so painful. When we have somebody who dislocates their shoulder, we'll actually do external rotation of the shoulder. It's hard to get it all the way to 90 degrees. Now you're actually rotating in this direction.
That direction?
Further. Ouch.
Yeah. Jeff wasn't so stupid and time wasty. You could actually save him.
We're made to rotate like this. It's called pronation and supination. It's made to do that, but not to great extremes.
Okay.
Oh, the leg. Oh, the leg. Oh my gosh. Oh no. 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 We don't see too many rotary type injuries. Typically, there'll probably be more of a snap of the tibia itself. The patella can go side to side, but that's easily fixed.
The device you are wearing is hooked into your rib cage. By the time this tape is finished, you will have 1 minute to find a way out.
You got hooks or barbs stuck onto the ribs. We actually do procedures where we cut open the chest and lift the rib cage off.
There is a single key that will unlock the harness, Carrie. It is right in front of you. All you
Badass.
is reach in and take it. But do it quickly. The acid will dissolve the key in a matter of seconds.
There's a bunch of different acids that we always worry about. Hydrochloric acid,
That's the dangerous one.
Bad pH
right?
that will burn tissue.
Oh!
You can
Such
still
a Carrie did
actually
not
live
deserve
for a
that.
while with the rib cage gone. It's a protective layer. When you fracture and break off all those ribs, you're going to have some bleeding. So it causes a lot of pain. Are you going to die right away? No, actually. So that one's very, very interesting. Oh my gosh. Super awesome. I do enjoy the crazy Saw movies for what they are. It does relate back to injuries that we see in the emergency department.
And yeah, those are fun. I remember watching his videos, so I'm not sure how good he is. Or I always have one doctor, or he's a therapist. So he rocks to things like, but from a therapy point of view. This guy, Outlast, Unsurvivable horror movie. Was it? Unsurvivable horror movie series.
Oh, liquid nitrogen! Holy cow!
Yeah.
That was
Which ones are you
super
looking at?
cool. Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and even The Seed of Chucky. Cue in the frightening music because I've never seen somebody manually get their hair pulled out as well as the scalp. Typically, there's some other trauma to where the hair then would lift off.
Oh, here we go. Ow!
Drown here. Oh, what is that?
Liquid.
Oh, liquid nitrogen. Oh,
Yeah, one of the best kills
cool.
in this
That
franchise.
could actually happen.
You don't know it could happen.
It definitely does not make the sound of shattered glass. People actually do come to the hospital with traumatic injuries to their face, and you can just put a tube right in there, and you can oxygenate the person, and obviously it's going to need multiple reconstructive surgeries. Oh, look at it. Oh, look. This is a table of, like, joy for just this type of person. None of these are potentially medical tools that I would use in the emergency department, except for maybe there's this one little one. It almost looks like an ear curettage. Basically, where we would take earwax out of someone's ear.
That was comfy.
Doll.
Ah.
Freddy Krueger comes to you in your
Dreams.
Sleep stages have to do with our own brain waves. It allows us to have these potential subconscious thoughts. Sometimes people remember them more vividly than others. It spans a whole spectrum of what dreams and nightmares could actually mean, which is causing nasty lacerations. Freddy Krueger, his whole body has scar tissues, and you see those like really thick lines. And what happens over time, they actually get tighter and tighter. Then is a plastic surgeon or burn surgeon can change the direction of it and then reattach it, and it actually expands the tissue again.
Yep. It is the gnarliest kill.
Cool and interesting that they would actually depict things like that. He's pulling out his blood vessels. The blood vessels are intact, and he's using them to tie him up, just like that puppet doll. He's gonna probably dangle.
Marionette.
Yep. Yep. Oh my gosh. The blood vessels in our
Shall
body
let you coward.
are a little stringy because they're made up of muscle. A lot of times if a blood vessel is actually cut due to trauma,
the
they
blood
actually retract.
Is that made of muscles? That guy makes sense.
You obviously probably have more bleeding than was actually occurring because of the other vessels that are around there, the small capillaries that are cut versus these big major blood vessels. We've talked about falling. If you fall from a height that's 3 times your height, it's a major trauma.
It is?
Second story. This is like
3 times your own height?
Major increased risk of death when you fall from such a height, especially depending on what you're falling on. Oh, we got blood. I don't know why this lady's freaking out or being weird and looking like she's possessed, but maybe she's in shock and...
Well, to be fair, that whole scene is a dream sequence, so... Get rid of that together. We are just kind of...
We got some pants. We got a knife.
Understandable.
Yes, we got Michael Myers. So multiple puncture wounds, probably through the back, torso area. Gonna go into your lungs, most likely. Your heart is protected in the middle, and in the back, you have all your vertebrae that are in the way, as well as the ribs. Oh, we got Scream. Nice. Breaking through the glass, when we're dealing with that in real life, we actually see people who have lots of lacerations. Sometimes you can't get all the glass out.
Glass has a tendency to stick and slice.
Literally will freak out. The body will actually figure out a way to work it out, and then it'll come right out.
Then they come out here.
And a stab wound to the abdomen, guaranteed, right?
Nope. In the chest.
Oh, into the chest. Stab wound to the chest. You have your sternum, and then you have all the little lumps that you can feel where the ribs hit. So if you hit the bone, it ain't going very far. But anytime there's a potential wound like that, we're gonna get X-rays, a CT scan of the chest, as well as get a 3D view of what's going on there. Strangulation injuries. The biggest things that we worry about are actually injuries to the intima, the walls of the blood vessels in your neck. Sometimes you can complain of like a headache or discomfort in your neck, and we'll actually do what's called a CT angiogram of the major blood vessels of your neck, just to make sure that we're not missing tears or new formed spaces that can form in that area.
Yeah, it's the only thing about your throat, but blood vessels.
Stabbed her again. I can't tell because it's dark. Just by the way, the sound. It's definitely probably neck. Classic sound that you would hear having airway compromise. Injuries to the neck. We worry about the zone 2 area where you have these major blood vessels, jugular vein and carotid artery.
It's up.
Oh, this kill.
Put together by staples. We'll use staples on the scalp, but we won't use them on people's faces. We don't want to potentially increase the risk of having scars next to the scar that's already formed. Have you guys ever had staples placed? Let me know in the comments.
No. I am get injured.
Oh my gosh, I was not ready for that. The amount of strength and maybe how strong that wire is, I don't conceive that could happen. We don't deal with very many decapitations that come to the emergency department because it's not survivable. The things you worry about, obviously, are you bleeding out, the spinal cord injury, and the fact that you don't have a head on top of your body that communicates to it anymore. And Wait, what the? What am I watching? So now this other doll-looking thing just urinated itself. Sometimes animals, cats, dogs, when they're super excited, they can't hold in their pee and then just let it go by accident. Or in humans, when you're super scared, you'll potentially urinate or defecate. This was a lot of fun to react to. If you guys like this, please let me know in the comments or suggest.
Yeah, they like it. You're good. Don't want to keep what feel like I'm stealing your things though. Just give him a like. Give him a like. Go. Go. Alright. Yeah. Ooh, Eli Roth's his Thanksgiving trailer. Oh boy. Please be good. Please be good. You guys actually know, so this is actually based off can I find it? The original trailer. No, I don't see it. Alright. Double let's check this out real quick. American Horror Story Delicate. So that's the name of the season? I love American Horror Story. We got Best Revenge. The first couple seasons were really, really amazing. Then what was that one season? Roanoke was alright. Hotel was ick. Cult. Cult was overhyped and garbage, in my opinion. And what was the other one? Apocalypse was okay. It was alright. 83. Was that the season before last? That was actually pretty good. I loved 83. Didn't really make any sense in their timeline. I'm guessing Apocalypse just reset the entire universe. I have no idea. Didn't finish the last season, the double feature. I didn't really couldn't get into it. I might go back and watch it before this comes out. Let's see. It has Kim Kardashian in it, which, oh boy. She that one Tyler Perry movie she did a couple years, like a decade ago. God, she was awful in that. Hopefully hopefully she can do some better acting. I doubt oh no, there's that one other season. Was it 85? HS 85 about the it's featuring around the AIDS epidemic. But that was also a pretty good season, but I didn't really like the ending. Not the ending wasn't a beautiful, tragic send-off about that whole era, especially for gay people, but it felt very tonal, off, and weird. Like, especially for what the whole season was kind of like building to, or felt like it was building to. I don't know. I didn't really. It was a good episode, but I didn't like it as an ending. But let's see how this turns out. Let's see how this goes.
You are an A-list star now.
Okay.
On the good.
You ever seen any of the stories? They're really good. Well, some of them.
That woman, I think she's following me.
You're on a ton of meds. You got a lot on your mind.
You have a peculiar penchant for turning dreams into nightmares.
So she
Rest up, my dear.
Ah! He's back.
Honey.
He's back.
You just rest up, my dear.
I love him.
Honey.
Oh my god!
I don't know. Rosemary baby this. Careful how you're holding your baby.
Can I see the screen?
One moment. Do you want an Oscar? Do you want it as much as a baby?
Yes.
I don't understand the urge to create an unnecessary child who feeds on
Ooh.
your body.
I kind of feel like the scene from The Ring.
Pain is the touchstone of growth.
Yeah, a lot of ring imagery. Midsummerish.
Stop being hysterical.
Go back to that one shot. Ah, that kind of looks cool. Like a, this kind of like a sea of blood, like an ocean of fire.
Stop being hysterical.
I need you to believe me. Goodbye, baby, on the treetop. Get away from my
FX's American Horror Story. Delicate. Premieres September 20th on FX. Stream on Hulu.
Oh, alright. That looks like a good season.
September 20th on American Horror Story.
Again, is that the Angel of Death? I can't remember the actress. Angel of Death is a recurring character, actually, in American Horror Story. She pops up every few seasons. But alright, that looks kind of good. Probably a little bit more scarier than last season. Last season had fun action moments, but it wasn't really scary. Mostly it was just Dennis O'Hare stealing the scene, every scene he's in, because Dennis O'Hare is a fantastic actor. But yeah, okay, before we watch this, I want to see if I can find the original Thanksgiving trailer. Original Grindhouse. We put Grindhouse. There it is. Yeah, so if I remember right, back in, was it 2007, 2008, when he did that special Grindhouse double feature, they got a bunch of different directors to make fake trailers for the film. And I remember Eli Roth did one. It was called Thanksgiving, and I think this is it. Halloween parody.
This holiday season, prepare to have the stuffing scared out of you.
Turn up a little bit.
To have the stuffing scared. This
Halloween season.
Prepare to have the stuffing scared out of you.
The stuffing scared out of you. Not the turkey!
In the town of Plymouth, Massachusetts, the fourth Thursday in November is the most celebrated day of the year.
Celebrate day of the year.
The table is set.
Yeah.
Festivities have begun.
I hate
When an
parades.
uninvited guest has arrived, and this year there will be no leftovers.
Oh no, run! Catch that pilgrim. Thanksgiving. Oh no, bo. Did I just show something I shouldn't have done? Am I about to get in trouble? Am I about to get in trouble? Yeah, let's just I'm just gonna go over to here real quick. And I'll turn that off and I'll keep the audio on. You guys can hear it. I'm not in trouble for Eli Roth and his dumb decisions.
White meat.
Oh yeah, you can definitely see I mean it's very blurry. But ooh,
Come on, Judy, how about it?
Happy Thanksgiving, baby.
it's a safe place.
Cool it, Judy.
Okay, I can go back now. I can go back now. the chesticles have went away. God. Is that what I mean? Is like that in the Neil Breen trailer we watched a few weeks ago. YouTube is so okay with nudity if it's only on certain people, but if it's on somebody else that they don't particularly like, then they'll ban you within an instant minute.
You're safe. Bobby's here.
Just instant sucking face. No! I should say it's cranberry sauce.
Arrive hungry. Happy Thanksgiving, Grandma. Leave your stuff.
Woo!
From director Eli Roth. Thanksgiving. You'll come home for the holidays in a body bag.
Wait.
This
Wait,
February.
was he just using their head as a okay? I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna continue the sentence. Yeah, that's the original Thanksgiving, which is a fake trailer for the Grindhouse double feature. But let's see what the real Thanksgiving looks like. Yay, the teaser before the teaser. Ooh.
Thanksgiving is a time for appreciation.
Okay.
It's a time to remember our many blessings.
Also, it's a lot like the old trailer.
Celebrate with the ones that we love the most. And it's time for all families to be together.
Yeah. So there's actually a pilgrim doing the killings.
Let's see.
Oh, it's actually going to the theaters? Oh, that was kind of fun. I mean, basically, the old trailer just took out the potential spoilers and made it look in modern times. Alright, that was kind of cool, kind of fun. Need to see a little bit more before I decide to go see it. What else we got poking around up here before I have to leave, go to sleep? Oh, the new Pet Cemetery? Let's check that out. Pop it down there. Nope.
Is something different.
Oh. Butlines. So, from what I've been told, from what a little bit I looked up, because I didn't know they're making this, I saw a post on I'm sorry, Twitter. Or X, I don't know. Whoever you guys want to keep calling it. I think I'm just gonna call it Twitter just for simplicity reasons. Yeah, I literally just saw the post was it yesterday or today that they're doing this. So this is apparently a prequel to the original movie, not to the book, because for reason anymore. Am I right, guys? Reasons for losers. For losers. Pet Cemetery is neat, but Pet Secretary is awesome. Pet Secretary? I actually don't know that. We'll look it up as soon as this is over. But yeah, this is supposed to follow Judd. How he got to know about the burial ground and stuff. So let's see. Hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully it'll be good. I want it to be good. Don't want it to be bad. Why don't you start? Go.
we should go?
Wherever.
Just enjoy every second of getting the heck out of Ludlow!
Is that the girl from the last Airbender movie? She was also in the Bates Motel show. That fucking. I'll look her name up later.
Every second
Let's watch trailer.
of getting the heck out of Ludlow!
No, poor bird.
The hell is that?
It's a dog.
First place I learned about death was the pet cemetery.
Uh-huh.
The secret place. Generation to generation. Dead things buried in that land.
We all know this.
There's something else.
Can you hear them? Voices.
I think something's wrong with Timmy.
He needs time to adjust.
The people built the pet cemetery to protect them from evil.
That's not Timmy. Something's talking through him.
The Wendigo?
Hell, what have you done?
Something stupid.
To find Timmy.
This looks generic.
Now stop this.
I held him the day he came into this world, and I'm gonna hold him the day he goes out.
Let's see.
Believe me when I say.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes
Dead is better.
Is better.
Alright, well that looks cheesy, somewhat predictable. Well made, just bad script. Why? All the decent King stories you could probably get your hands into, yeah. Make this? I mean, even the Pet Cemetery, the original, the classic, isn't that fantastic. I mean, it can always be tweaked to something new. The remake from 2018 wasn't fully bad. It has some interesting twists on it. The only main thing I didn't really care was how blatant evil the resurrected kid was. No, it wasn't that. It was, they kept switching, I think, from her acting possessed to her being something else. I don't fully remember. I don't really want to watch it again. What is this? Ratma? Oh, it's Ratma from VHS. Her imagining friend comes to life and kills her. Oh, is it? You put in pet secretary. Pet secretary. What you got there? Pet secretary. I'm bad at spelling. Secretary. You tricked me. I see nothing. Oh, 2019? I thought it was 2000. No, that's right. 2019, because it came out the same year as Captain Marvel. What else we have on this little ground? It was fantastic. It was enjoyable, life-changing, calming, inspiring, useful, heartwarming, informative. Oh no, don't watch those. You're gonna get hooked on those. Alright, though. Oh, I found this one short film. It's popped up on my thing for no reason, so let's watch this. Then we'll probably call it for Cold Night. Ignore it. What am I ignoring? Not you. Hopefully.
Justin, I want you to listen to me very carefully.
Okay.
The woman is back. Hey, you remember the rules. You must ignore her as much as possible, all right?
All right.
Just like last time. Don't look at her. Don't even think about her. Hey, look at me. I promise she's gonna leave, but only if you pretend she isn't there. All right? Promise me.
Okay. Is it a ghost? A demon?
Join your mom and Emily downstairs for dinner. Now stay focused.
This is just the annoying neighbor who breaks into our house, but you don't know what the police won't do anything about. Ooh, wonderful use of lighting. You feel the tension. Ooh, lasagna! Hell, I had lasagna such a long time.
Go ahead, eat your food.
Ooh, I love how you have him basically sitting in the shadows. Same thing for the father, but the mother and the daughter
How did your algebra test go today?
are in, like perfect light. Oh, not anymore.
I think I passed. I don't know.
That's good, Em. That's good. The dinner is, it's great. Huh?
Thank you.
Oh! That...
Dad, I don't understand what's going on.
Quiet, Justin.
I know, I thought I saw somebody in the background.
I said quiet!
Sorry, Papa. Be quiet.
This is the only way. Just ignore it, Justin.
Snort, snort. Ugh. Oh no, you're gonna try to look at it like Medusa? Don't do it. What the fuck? It looked like it was hovering. Snort. Oh, it's like Decrepit Witch Hand. The Baba Yaga.
It's okay, honey. Just finish everything off your plate.
What happens if you acknowledge her? She gonna take you? Beat you?
We can't keep doing this.
Somebody go get it.
I'll get it.
No, we can just let it.
I'll get it.
Stop touching that girl, please. It's very, very inappropriate. Oh, Mom?
Gail?
Leave my family alone!
Gail, come back to the table.
Get out!
Oh, God! Oh, that's choking.
Justin, get back to the table.
Fuck. Why is it bright in there? Is it fire? Is the light the creature's true self? Kids, your parents are dead. Just run out of the house. Kids, save yourself. Oh. Yeah, nice. Nice dumping. If I give a compliment, will it spare me? There's no fair though. How could she not acknowledge it was in her glasses? Oh, okay, that was nice. That was good. Well, like I said, I do need to go. I'm tired. I'm not even tired. I feel like I can keep going if I really wanted to. It's just I do have an interview tomorrow. Ooh, hopefully it goes good. Hopefully it goes good. And yeah, help clean up. Things to prepare and stuff like that. Hopefully I get to edit some videos tomorrow. Christine, thank you so much. So because the chaos that was my weird illness, not set. What I'm probably gonna do for the rest of this week's stream is just rotate between Higurashi and Spider-Man. So do Spider-Man tomorrow, Higurashi on Friday, then Spider-Man on Saturday. Just because I want to try to beat Miles Morales right before October hits. So maybe we can quickly do that. The game isn't that long as the original one, 2018 one, but no, it's a little bit longer than the DLCs. So it's gonna take a minute, but hopefully we can do it. But yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you for showing up tonight, even just for a little bit. I highly appreciate it. And dude, I will see you all tomorrow with more Spider-Man. See y'all then. Bye bye.